Hello and welcome in, everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is just going to be a general message for whoever needs it. So I do this message once a week, and I was sitting in the energies, and so I pre-record this the day before, and the moon's in Pisces, and so the energy is feeling very nostalgic. Very a little bit low. I'm going to say low. A lot of memories, just a lot of Piscean emotions coming up to be transmuted, I guess is the best way to describe the energies I've been sitting in. And so I really had a hard time discerning what deck to use. So I try to keep this message very broad, very general. I try not to talk about the astrology. So I went with the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards. And so this is by Colette Baron-Breed. Really like her work. I love the Wisdom of Avalon because it is connected to the King Arthur timeline. And then I also decided to go with the Shadow and Light Oracle deck by Lucy Cavendish, because with Pluto going retrograde, there's a lot of integration of shadow work. There's a lot of things coming to light about our inner shadow and what still needs to be integrated, what still needs to be mastered. So let's start with the Oracle Shadows and Light deck, the Oracle of Shadows and Light deck. And let's see where this message takes us today. Let's just see where it takes us. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please feel free to do that. Don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, share the videos. It helps circulate the content. It helps the channel to grow. It's just a nice, free, easy way to show me some love and show me some support. Are you grumpy? Oh, we got a grumpy red fairy here on the bottom of the deck, and she is asking you to be true to yourself. And that is what this retrograde really is pushing us to do, that deep dive into some shadow work so we can fully embrace our authenticity. Aquarian energy is authentic. We got a couple stragglers here at the bottom of the box. Okay, so powerful energy shift did come in around that last eclipse portal. We had that total solar eclipse in my local area. I was in the path of totality, and there was a shift. You could feel it actually at the time of totality here. You could hear the energy rumble. It was almost like, it felt like thunder. It sounded like thunder. So eclipse mermaid. I'm getting like almost a siren type energy coming through, and sirens tempt the sailors into the underworld. They're tricksters, right? The sirens. And so with this being a 10 card, there's some type of completion, I feel, that is still clearing since that last eclipse. We get the storm angel as well, and the carnivorous flower fairy. So a tempting offer has a high price. And so this could be the energy of what goes around comes around. Karmic justice. 38. That's like a Knight of Cups energy. If you look at all of what are those called? I can't even think of it right now. I'm totally drawn a blank. Venus flytraps. That's so interesting. My daughter bought a Venus flytrap when we went on a road trip a little while back. So I just feel somebody was in some type of entrapped situation, and that tempting offer really did have a high price. And so there is like a siren energy here for sure that is trying to be eclipsed out, and there's a collision. So this is speaking of a collision of beliefs. I'm feeling a Nine of Wands, a wounded healer energy. And so there's likely some type of tower coming in here, especially with Pluto retrograde, the moon in Pisces. Things are very heightened when it comes to emotional sensitivity, psychic impressions as well. And so there could be a major collision of beliefs when it comes to a false foundation. A deeply wounded lifestyle, I think, is being reevaluated, readdressed when it comes to attitudes, energies, and are you being true to yourself? So this is an 8 card, so strength. It's also the energy of what goes around comes around. I know my personal soul vibration is an 8, and so karma's pretty instant for me. So if I do somebody dirty, that karma's coming right back at me, right? And so there is something about karma coming back around is what it feels like. So let's put all of these back. I think somebody here, if you're grumpy, if you're miserable, I think maybe you need to reevaluate your environment, your surroundings, because we're here to be happy and enjoy life. And so we can't keep covering up a toxic situation through intoxication. So there could be some type of masking here going on. There could have been some type of an addiction that was creating a distorted view when it comes to overindulgent behavior. And that come through in a couple readings ago, I think. Be careful who you party with, because a lot of those people really aren't your friends. They're usually frenemies. So there might be some exposure of some frenemies coming through, needing integration. So let's see what we got here for the collective. Keep in mind, guys, this reading is not sign specific either. I will call out zodiac signs that I do feel need mentioning throughout the reading, but let's keep going here. I am Callie. Callie comes in, brings in that tower to rebirth the situation. And so from an ending does come a rebirth. And so Callie comes to destroy anything in the path that really isn't serving you. So there could be an ending here for sure, but this is leading you towards powerful personal growth, towards a new beginning in love. So we get the death card, well, the death card, it's not really the death card, the Callie card, which is the representation of death energy. And the Nautilus Princess, I feel, is a representation of an Ace of Cups. And so self-love, self-growth, self-nurturance. What else do we got here? Let's get another one here. Dress of Alchemy. So there is some type of releasing of personal power going on here. The moon is going to be shifting into Aries. And so this is mastering a lesson, master number 33. So 7 of Wands energy as well. This is the teacher of the teacher. So somebody here is stepping into a more authoritative role, self-leading in their life. And we get Angel de los Muertos. And so this is speaking about transitioning to your connection to the spirit realm. It's also the energy of the tower. It's a 16 card, 707 on the timer when I looked up. And so there is a lot of sweet memories coming up. But it is through the disillusionment and the remembrance of the sweet memories that is bringing forward a clear solution. So somebody here, I feel, is just trying to find their way in a very dark, desolate situation. And from an ending will come a powerful rebirth. So let's keep going here. Let's go a little bit deeper with the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards. And let's see. Oh, we get the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck right out the gate. And then we get the Cow energy. So like Bull energy, Taurus, nourishment, Empress energy. There is a need to nourish your creative action. There's a need to find a new sense of optimism. I know it took me a long time to get out of that Piscean slump, because I had all of this Piscean energy sitting in my first house this morning with the moon conjunct Saturn. And it was really creating like a low depression I felt coming through within the collective energies. And so discernment is really key, I feel, as the moon transitions from Pisces to Aries. There's some type of prophecy, almost like a prophecy type playing out. So you might be receiving a message, but there is an equal giving and receiving here, some type of judgment. And it could be Pisces, could be Taurus. You could be dealing with a Taurus. But there's like a new spark, a new invigorative energy is what it feels like. Ooh, and we get Magician energy. We get the Merlin on the cut. And so that is interesting. The Magician and the High Priestess. There is like a divine connection. So the Magician would be the masculine energy and the High Priestess, the feminine. And so you think about the Emperor and the Empress as a power couple. The Magician and the High Priestess in a union is basically some type of spiritual alchemical union. I feel some type of alchemy. There's some type of spiritual alchemy going on here, some type of balance being restored when it comes to an injustice, maybe connected to a divine union. So Virgo, Gemini, Pisces energy, so mutable energies coming through. Let's get a couple of these cards and let's see what else needs to come through for the collective today. We got the dog out and the cow. So that's interesting. The dog, I feel, is connected to the death energy. We've got somebody here going through a rebirth. There might have been uncertainty when it comes to a twin soul connection. But there's a loyal, sincere offer I feel coming in from some type of rebirth. There is unconditional love here. 19 card 2. So karmic debt 19. There is a breakdown of the ego going on here. Somebody is coming in spiritually matured and likely bringing in some type of offer to an Empress energy, judgment energy. So there is progression. I put the cow right underneath the personal growth, the Ace of Cups. There is a brand new beginning here. Let's get one more connected to release your power. The Wind Fairy. Thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. Always feel Aquarian energy, Virgo energy with intellectual analysis. So 29. We did just have Neptune enter into the 29th degree, which is an anaretic degree. And so there is a completion of an analysis going on here. Maybe somebody was in a state of like freeze when it comes to psychoanalysis. Oh yeah, when it comes to truth, maybe even receiving divine communication. So we get the Truth card, 51. There's a King of Swords energy coming through with some truthful communication. 41, this is about an Ace of Cups. This is about a new beginning in love. And releasing a burden of some third party. And so somebody, I think, was kind of lost in confusion, in illusion, really couldn't see the path through the forest, through the trees. And there is a release of a third party burden is what it feels like, and a refocusing. So there's that master number 33 again. And so look at how clear the path is now. The release of the third party kind of opens up the path. You can see clearly. There's a view that is opening up when it comes to a perception shift. So more Piscean energy. That moon in Pisces is bringing in a shift in perception when it comes to a Two of Cups, when it comes to a spiritual connection, a soulmate union, and there is a refocusing when it comes to a very sacred journey. And so this is marking a very historic time, I feel, for the twins. And there is a very fertile feminine power coming through, and there's a need to work through some fear when it comes to this transition. So let's jump in with some cards. Let's jump in with some tarot. Let's see what else needs to come through. I'm going to use the angel tarot cards today. I'm really looking for something positive. The last couple of readings have felt a little heavy for me. Oh, this is interesting. So I cut the deck. We get the Six of Air in reverse. We get the Wheel in reverse. And like, I'm going to put these down. Look at this. This flipped out. Page of Wands in reverse. So I had no idea I had a Tarot of Dreams card in this deck. So it's been sitting here. I've been using that Tarot of Dreams card. So that's significant. There could have been a missed opportunity here. The Page of Wands in reversed. I don't really like this Page of Wands though in reversed or upright. Kind of looks a little bit sneaky, right? A little sly. But I do think there could have been an opportunity in the past for a new beginning here. Wands is energy, right? It's potential. The pages are fresh, new. So I think maybe something that never really got off the ground. Maybe it was like a false start. So this third party burden might not be like a cheating scenario, and that doesn't have to be. But I feel something here that might have not really gotten off the ground. But let's keep going here and let's see what else needs to come through. The Six of Air in reverse is like, hey, there's so much resistance to moving on, I think, from a difficult situation. There's a King of Swords here, I think, that has resisted a change for a long time. And the Tower's kind of coming in, I feel, to blast some out of the water, to suddenly move somebody forward. And there could be like a 10-year cycle closing out. There's the release of something very stuck. So I'm curious what this truth is about. So, oh, the Lovers in reversed and the Star. Healing a misguided opportunity, a misguided falsehood. The Lovers in reversed, I do feel maybe somebody made a poor choice when it comes to an intimate relationship and they didn't really choose carefully. Maybe they made a poor decision. And somebody here might be struggling with some poor health, and there is a need to heal something. So there's a shift in connection for sure. The Lovers usually is a choice between two. So more Gemini energy. That Star was representing Aquarian energy. And we get this Page of Fire, Page of Wands. So let's do 9 cards. Let's see what is coming through today. I just feel somebody's coming in asking maybe for assistance, asking for some help. We get the Lovers reversed right out the gate. You saw me shuffle. You saw me cut the deck. So Gemini energy, the Ten of Air. So there was a betrayal in the past, some type of difficult decision. And I do feel there was fear of embracing change. And now the past is coming back to haunt somebody. There is poor health here. And so there is the ending of a very difficult, intimate relationship where I think somebody has really carefully weighed this decision and weighed their options. And I do feel finally the moment in time where change is going to be embraced. Getting a better view of the future. So the Ten of Swords does bring in the truth, right? And so there very well could be an influx of abundance, but this would need to be connected to maybe a new promise, a new business venture. There is an important soul contract coming through. We get the King of Cups, the King of Water, a trustworthy soul contract. The Knight of Fire as the central energy. So the Knight of Wands. There was some type of betrayal. I feel a king here, a masculine, that did not deal with something they should have dealt with immediately. Maybe pieced out of a situation. Maybe there was a sudden ending connected to a false start. 1616 on the timer when I looked up. So double tower. Unexpected tower on both ends of a connection here. I don't think this person thought their choice through very thoroughly, but now there's an opening of the heart is what it feels like. There's a heart opening going on here. I do feel somebody here wants to come in and reassure that they are coming in trustworthy. Let's see what else we got here. We get the Wheel. Now it's upright. And so there is like a faded energy to a connection. There is positive change. Maybe after a long time of stuckness, things are going to suddenly progress and move forward. Fortune, good fortune, the King of Air. There's that King of Swords. So there he is. He's coming out. We've got somebody here stepping into some type of charity work, service work, speaking their mind. There is some clear communication coming in. And this person is coming in confident. And I think before, maybe they weren't. Maybe they had to, close out a karmic cycle. Maybe they had to clean up some poor health. Maybe they had to heal from codependencies or fear of giving up a certain level of abundance. We get the Nine of Coins in reverse. And so that Knight of Wands too usually lacks self-confidence and self-worth. And that's why they can get a bad rap for going from one thing to the next. And so the Knight of Wands can be a very restless energy due to maybe codependencies or needing a lot of attention. We've got somebody here that is spiritually advancing, spiritually maturing, and there is an opportunity for some healing in the energies this weekend. Happier times. There is a masculine getting ready to speak up when it comes to some long-term plans, getting back on path. And I do think there has been a lot of emotional and mental considerations connected to taking this action. So there is like a cycle coming to a close. Job well done. There is a major realignment that I think might have taken the last couple of years for this masculine to mature and maybe work through his false sense of ego identity. There is a spiritual maturing aspect here. I do feel we've got a masculine that might have been in some type of entrapment or a false sense of entrapment in a situation. Maybe they were just overly focused on the material. But I do feel somebody is hoping that they can come in and their offer will be confidently accepted. And I do feel this has been a long time coming, is what it feels like. And so there is abundance, taking steps towards abundance, making long-term plans. And somebody is on the path towards enlightenment here. So I do feel coming out of some type of ghosting or abandonment, healing from abandonment, healing from a lack mentality. And so I do feel the moon in Pisces this weekend has brought in some type of psychic insights that is moving somebody forward. And so there's something going on too behind the scenes here. Somebody is moving on from a situation behind the scenes. If you're not in communication with this person, maybe this is confirming to you that you just need to release your fears, release your grip, because something is happening behind the scenes. There is a masculine ending a very difficult situation. Like we've got, what's the king that's missing? The King of Wands is the action taker. So there's hidden action being taken behind the scenes. So there is victory here. So let's clarify the Knight of Fire. Somebody doesn't want to jump the gun. So there's something here with this Knight of Fire. Let's clarify that. The Four of Air in reversed. The Eight of Fire in reversed. And the Five of Fire. So they might have to move on from a difficult situation first. I think things are moving very fast. I think this person might need to take a break and rest before actually maturing into the King of Wands, because there's still kind of a knight in that aspect. And so action is being taken immediately, I feel. But the communication isn't coming in until somebody releases maybe some negative fear-based thoughts before coming in and taking some action, because they might have just had to walk away from everything. I do feel somebody is shifting an entire belief system connected to foundations, money, stability, and leaving behind a situation I think they might have spent a lot of time on. But I do feel leaving one family life behind that maybe created a lot of stability. But there's like a huge perspective shift coming in here. So let's clarify the star, because this is where we're going. Happier times, right? Happier times. Queen of Fire. And so the action can't be taken until this person steps into the King of Wands, because we got a Queen of Fire here. We got a Queen of Wands. We got a very confident, warm, intelligent, and creative feminine energy coming through that is really stretching her wings. She's flying. She's all out of the cocoon now. And we got a creative, inspiring leader here. Somebody that I feel is all done underestimating her abilities to be a conscious co-creator. And there's independence. There's creativity. We got a Queen of Wands here that is all done looking back at the past, all done looking back at that missed opportunity. And so we've got a king here that I feel knows that he's got to come in correct. He's got to come in correct or not come in at all. And so he's got to come in loyal, dedicated. It's going to take a lot of loyal, dedicated effort, because this Queen of Wands, she's like, I know my worth, I know my value. And if you don't come in honorable, dedicated, loyal, persistent, it's going to take a lot of hard work to earn this queen's trust, I feel. And this queen is like, you better honor your commitment to me, because I'm fire. And you know, I'm a magnet right now for a lot of attention, and everybody wants that Queen of Wands, right? She's just magnetically alluring. And so somebody has to come in honorable, because in the past they didn't do the right thing. And so we got a queen here that I feel might have taken somebody down to their knees. Yeah, and there is going to be some communication coming in. I do think unexpected communication. Somebody wants an opportunity for commitment. They want to build a happy home life with this Queen of Wands. They're ready to release whatever it is they need to let go of to get them out of this very dark, desolate place, because they don't want to be that Knight of Cups in reversed anymore. They don't want to be that player. They want to be that new person. They want to be somebody that is willing to put in the hard work, is what I feel here. So there's like successful completion of a long-term cycle and two people heading towards some type of enlightenment together. So let's get one closing message. Let's see what we got here. Let's get one closing message. What deck? What deck? What deck? All right, we'll do this deck. One closing message. The Rose Garden, innocence, forgiveness. So forgiveness. I do feel there's a need to trust the process. Somebody here I feel is breaking down when it comes to some type of awareness about a connection, transitioning into the spirit realm, open. So I guess that's the closing message. Trust life, trust the path, trust this opportunity, and say yes. Say yes, because the energy is asking you to expand through the extremities of life, because there is some type of reunion here. There's some type of soul recognition going on here. And so there could be a new collaboration, a new partnership, even a whole new group of friends. And that's what I got for a message today. So I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, check out the description box below. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.